Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for choosing to look at this library tutorial. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to create a tutorial using the online library, using techniques and tips that I've learned over the time when I need to search for something. So this will be targeted towards social work, and hopefully it'll give you some tips and techniques that will help you not only in research but also throughout your other classes as you're trying to find different kinds of literature through the online library. So we're starting today on the home website right here, and I'm going to use the current student tab, which is going to bring up these links. Once these links are up, when you see academics, if you click on academics and scroll down there, you're going to see G Library. So you click on G Library, and that's going to take you to this page, which is the library page. Now at this page right here, you're going to want to come over here to the left, and you find these different menus right here. So right here, let's actually use Find Materials. So where it says Find Materials, when we click on that, then this menu right here opens up. What you want right here is you actually want to use databases. When you click on databases, it's going to open up this page right here, and it's going to show you all the databases that Texas A&M Commerce has permission to use, and it's A through Z, and you can scroll down and you can see there's all different kinds. Some are very specialized, but to make this really very simple, right here at the beginning, this Academic Search Complete, it's the second one from the top. If you click on Academic Search Complete, it's one of the broader databases, and so if you think of it like this huge filing cabinet that's in this huge storage cloud, then within Academic Search Complete, you're going to find housed there a variety of journal publications. Now, if you're off campus, like I am today, and you click on that, it's going to bring up the proxy login. Here, you're going to log in just like you do for your MyLeo or to get on the web page. So I'm going to log in, and then once I put my credentials in, I'm going to hit Submit Query, and then it brings up the page. Now, if you're on campus and you're actually at a computer that's on campus, when you hit databases and you hit Academic Search Complete, it's going to take you to this page right here. You won't have that extra login page, but when you're off campus, you have to log in. So right here, there's a couple of different ways you can do it, and this is how I tend to do it. Is right here you can see that we're into Academic Search Complete, and right underneath it there's an advanced search option. So I'm going to select this advanced search option, and it brings up this search page. Right here at the very top, it says I'm searching Academic Search Complete, and then right next to it, it says Choose Databases. Now you can click on this to choose databases, and you can add additional databases for your search so that when you put in your keywords and your terms that you're wanting to search, you're not just searching the filing cabinet for Academic Search Complete, but you'll actually be searching multiple filing cabinets at the same time. Again, we're thinking of these as these virtual filing cabinets that house several different journal publications. By searching several databases at the same time, you're expanding your search options, because Academic Search Complete may house 90% of the journal publications that are going to be reporting findings and research studies and publications on the topic you're interested in, but maybe there's still 10% out there you're not going to capture. So if you use these other ones, you're going to actually be able to potentially capture all of them that are possible. Now for me, from a social work perspective, if I'm actually looking for just general topics in social work, I use the Academic Search Complete like I indicated. I also scroll down and I'll also click ERIC. ERIC is the repository for all educational research. So anything that's going to be related to any type of education, whether it be public education, adult education, higher education, continuing education, anything like that, ERIC will house those types of publications. I scroll up to the top on the next side over here, and on the right, and here I see Medline. Medline houses everything that's going to be related to healthcare, and that can be mental health and that can be physical health. So I'm going to include it in my search also. And so then I'm down here and I pick Psych Info. PsycInfo has the psychological or the behavioral type of publications and related to research. It expands beyond medical and educational, and it may include some very specific things from a psychology perspective. And then I pick Soc Index down here, which is again the sociology anthropology, so it's about human behavior also. So these are the main databases I always choose when I'm searching just general topics for social work. If I'm looking for something that may be technology based, I may come down here and I may actually choose science and technology collection or something along something along those. Or if I'm looking for something legal, I may find one that's going to be specialized in legal. I'm going to include it. Now, I know many of you will go to social work abstracts and you'll click that. That's really not a comprehensive database to use. It's very limited for a variety of reasons. Number one, it's going to be very specific to social work, and within our discipline, we just don't publish a vast amount of information. Now, I don't include it in my searches because anything that could be potentially in social work abstracts is going to show up in one of these other databases. This is the ones that I typically use whenever I'm doing that. So I come over here, I click on all of those, and then I click OK. And once I click OK, it takes me back to this home page. This is kind of a glitch in the new library because it doesn't matter whether you choose databases at the beginning or an advanced search. It's going to take you back to the home page. But here, then you can click Advanced Search again, and then you're going to go back and it's going to be Academic Search Complete. But if you actually looked at the Choose Databases, the ones that you have chosen are clicked right there. So you don't have to redo that. It's just kind of a glitch in the program that takes you back to that. So once I have those databases chosen, then I'm going to put in my first terms without any limitations. And I'll show you some of those limitations here in a minute so that you can actually hone in on some more specific publications that you need. Let's just up here, let's say we're going to put in, I'm going to say social work administration. If you'll notice, when I typed in social work administration, I put all three words within quotation marks. If I put them within quotation marks, when the program searches, it searches for those three words together. If you put in social work administration, it's going to search for the words social, work, and administration, and they may not be all together, so they may be scattered there. So I'm going to narrow my search enough that I want to look for social work administration, and I put it in quotation marks so it will look for publications that's going to have these words all together. And then I'm going to hit search. So that's a pretty broad area, and when I first search, then it actually comes here and it comes up with 1,069 possible publications that are going to address social work administration. And again, I just chose a very broad area right there. So here's some various publications on it, and what you can see as you scroll down through here and look at them. Okay, here's one in Social Service Review. It was published in December of 2018, so it's fairly new. It says it's linked to full text. So when it's linked to full text, that means when you click on this, it's actually going to take you out somewhere on the web, and then you're going to get access to the document from that position there, out there on the web somewhere. So this comes up right here. So if it's an article I want, I can actually come over here, I can download it, and then I can open it in a PDF, and then I can come over here and I can save it so that then I will have access to it in the future. For my assignments that you're going to be doing the article analysis, you're going to need to do this. You're going to need to save the article that you've chosen in a PDF format, and you're going to need to attach it along with your analysis of it. And I believe I've put that in the instructions there. So right here, I'm going to save this actually as my desktop. One of the things I do, and this is totally up to you, but one of the things I do is when I save, I will save articles by the first author and their date, because then when I'm beginning a bibliography or if I'm beginning my resource page, I can look for those authors' names, and then I can go back and find the articles fairly easy. Just a trick I use, you save it whatever makes sense for you. So I can come back and I can click out of this now. And when I click out of this, I'm back to the page. And so then I can scroll down again and I can look through all of the options that I have here. What you want to make sure of is what type of publication you're choosing. And over here to the left, you can see these are published in academic journals right here If you scroll down, sometimes you may see there's a periodical, so that's going to be like a newspaper or a magazine or something like that. You may see a dissertation. Really want to try to stick with your academic journals for what you're looking for. Most of your papers, unless there's an extensive reason, most of your papers need to have publications in it that have been published within the last 10 years. And specifically, if you're looking for research studies, you want data that's been gathered in the last 10 years and then published from that. So right over here to the left, where it says we can say limit to, so we have some options here to limit our search. And right here we have a publication date that we can do. So we can actually come in here and we can say we want this from, let's say, 2009 to 2019. That's going to give us 10 years. When I do that, and then when I just hit enter or I hit click, it's going to actually update. And see, now I'm down to 348 publications. So that eliminates anything that's not published within the last 10 years. That's everything that was published prior to 2009 is now not in there. The other component that you typically are required to have for your literature reviews or any of your literature that you're using to support your papers is they need to be in scholarly peer-reviewed journals. And to do that, you can come over here next and you can say limit it to scholarly peer-reviewed journals. And again, it'll update that. And then it'll bring it down. It's got it down to 281. As I'm looking through these, I now know that I have everything within the last 10 years that's published in scholarly peer-reviewed journals only. So then maybe I need to narrow my search down a little bit more because I still have 281 to go through. Let's see, what else do we want to know about social work administration? Let's just put employees, just a random word. I'm not sure what's going to come up here. So I put it in the second one. So now I'm looking for social work administration together and the word employees within publications, and it brings it down to 16. So now it's narrowed my search down a little bit more into what may benefit me when I'm writing the papers I'm writing. But when you're going through this process, you want to start broad and then begin to narrow down. If you start limiting yourself at the very beginning, you actually may not have enough resources to be able to support whatever paper that you're needing to present, depending on how many resources you're required to do. So you want to always go into, don't put your limitations on it first, such as your last 10 years or your peer reviewed, and see what happens there. Then generally when you come up with, and you're needing other words or other something else that you need to actually locate. Let's see, here's one in 2013. There's protective factors for maintaining independence. Let's just kind of pull this up. PDF text, which means you're actually going to get a PDF from the library. You can download it in the same way and save it in the same way. But say you're struggling for terms that you need in order to actually find additional resources. So here we have it, and oftentimes, this one particular one doesn't have it, but oftentimes at the beginning of an article there will be keywords, and this is in the more recent articles they actually require that keywords be in there, and keywords give you additional search words that you can actually use to find additional resources. So this is just kind of a down and dirty on how to use the online library. Very basic skill technique going through there. Once you actually master this part, then you can start honing your technique for being able to get what you need for the papers that you need for my class and for your other classes that you will be having throughout the program. So I hope you found this helpful, and I will get this finished up and posted for you.